And now let's take a look at a unique type of street activism, free hugs. The free hugs movement began in Australia and spread all over the world. Many different people have offered hugs to strangers as a random act of kindness. And in Taiwan, street activist Yeh Po-hsuan has been giving free hugs since 2015.
He says he simply wants his activism to spark reflection, and he finds takers for hugs all over Taiwan. But many people feel cautious about hugging a stranger. We spoke to a psychologist and a psychotherapist to learn about the research on hugging.
A man stands on the street holding a sign aloft, free hugs. He opens his arms wide. A passerby looks confused at first, then darts up and gives him a hug.
I feel that I want to do actions that will make people reflect on different issues, whether it's gender or our society or even politics.
Street activist Yeh Po-hsuan runs free hugs and confessional hugs actions in the hope of dissolving the suspicion, fear, and coldness that can exist between strangers in public spaces. A hug is a simple way to share warmth. Ye normally wears a blindfold to avoid making eye contact. More people are willing to hug him when he wears a blindfold, he says.
The eye contact impacts people. Even though I don't mean it, people will assume that I'm inviting them to hug me, but that's not my intention.
Ye began his street activism in 2015. One big challenge for him is the wariness most people feel towards strangers in public.
For me, these hugs don't have any gigantic significance, so I wouldn't want to take the risk of doing it. I think it's good, but in the society right now, I think it must be quite difficult to publicize things with this method. I wouldn't really hug him because he's a man. If it were a woman, I would do it. I think it's just a bit of warmth, just a little hug. It's not a big deal.
Meanwhile, psychological research shows that hugs have a lot of proven benefits.
There's also research showing that hugging can improve our social relationships and provide support. Physiologically, the action of hugging can also increase oxytocin and serotonin in our brains. It has various effects like producing happiness, reducing stress, and lowering heart rate and blood pressure. When I go to hug you, perhaps it's very purely that I believe in this idea, but once you hug someone, it sparks various feelings in the person who has been hugged. Firstly, it will feel like I have a connection with the person, and secondly, it might project on my previous life experiences, people I have lost, or people I didn't get to hug, or feelings of never having been hugged, or of wanting to be hugged. Being hugged, I'm accepted and validated.
Psychologists recommend that when you hug a stranger, keep the time limited. Just 3 to 5 seconds will probably feel good. Longer than that, and you might easily start to feel uncomfortable or sense an invasion of your personal space. But a few seconds hug might just do you and your brain a little good.